And so here we are at Vintage Day here, Easter Sunday up at Mount Leader. And my goodness, what an amazing hat that I'm wearing at the moment. It's belonged to Stephanie Marshall of a wonderful group that will be taking part in the All-Ireland. And with me here is Dennis Cronin, originally from Coolnarna and from Waterfall here in Cork here today. Dennis, an amazing vehicle here. Tell us more about it, Dennis.
1926 Aston 7.
Goodness.
Known as a Chummy, the model. And originally I bought it from Paddy Morrissey. He was a Tipperary man, he lived in Cork, an ex-army man, and he had it a long time. So I'm the second owner now.
Fantastic, Dennis.
It's an original London number. Wow. YN is a London registration.
Yeah. By the way, what do you think about my hat? What do you think of my hat?
I like it very much. It would make good feeding.
Well, this is owned by a wonderful girl called Stephanie Marshall and her group there that are going to be taking part in the All-Ireland. Now, Sean is on camera at the moment, and I think he's really impressed by what's happening here in the Vintage Day here above in Mount Leader. It's very impressive, isn't it?
No, it's a great day, and to the great setting. Yes. When you look around.
And you notice that the weather, we're blessed because we don't have a roof on this, but we can have a roof, I presume.
Very lucky with the weather because it's a good place to get rain.
But there is a roof on this when you want it.
Oh, if you badly want it, it is, yeah.
So we hope we won't need it today.
I don't intend using it today.
Well done, Alger. So, at this particular point, with Sean Murphy going right around the car there, it's ready now to, of course you're very welcome to programme 210 from LTV2 Millstreet. And it's time, Dennis, believe it or not, for Eilidh Buckley's news. So we're going to go over and hear all the news from this week. But Dennis, thank you for that most amazing drive.
Right, Sean, thank you very much. It was great having you.
Almighty Alger.
I hope we've been on for a long time here.
Absolutely. So at this particular point then, right over now to Eilidh Buckley's news.
Dies Marie Carda and welcome to LTV2 News. Here are the results of this week's Parish Lotto draw, which was held at Corker's Bar on Sunday night. Numbers drawn were 3, 11, 23 and 28, and the jackpot was not won. €100 went to Mary O'Mahony in Chile. The seller was her brother Jerry, and he got €50 seller's prize. €50 went to Dennis O'Brien, Clahulabig. 20 each to Dinny Cronin Main Street, Norma Caulfield, Carriganima, Brendan O'Leary of Bantier, MEP Care of Tarrant's Bar, Maureen and Liam Sheehan of the Square, Kathleen Kelleher, 68 Murphy's Terrace, Millstreet Monument Fund Care of Jerry Lehan, Dinny and Declan Cottle of Murphy's Terrace, and Jack Cronin from Minor Row. Jackpot for next week is 6,800 and the draw will be at the Malpaso Bar on Sunday night. The AGM of the Lotto Committee will be held at the Wallace Arms Hotel on Friday night, the 13th of April, starting at 7 o'clock. It is Easter Tuesday, it is Easter week again, I'm sorry about that. It is Easter week, and the most important church festival of the year is gone for another 12 months. The weekend has left us with some great memories of a lot of very successful events. For most part, and we got fine weather for most of them. The Holy Week ceremonies were very well attended throughout, and at the final Mass on Sunday, Canon John Fitzgerald thanked all those who helped in any way to make it so successful and so in keeping with what Lent and Easter is all about. Many thanks to our dear Canon himself, who lorded over it all single-handedly. Following the 11:30 Mass on Sunday, we all headed for the annual commemoration, which was held at the town square, as is done every year. Our pipe band was there, and once again, the popular Tony Lane gave the oration to the large crowd who attended. Later on, all roads were leading to Mount Leader for the annual Easter Sunday Vintage Rally. which was held in the K&L Industrial Estate in Mount Leader. It was a wonderful event with something for everyone, from toys to vintage cars and tractors, from donkeys and goats to bric-a-brac, plants, flowers, teas, and lovely live music to swell the atmosphere. Well done once again to the organisers. Meanwhile, up in the lovely country park, the crowds were in awe of the spectacular features that have been added since last year. There was fun and games for the children, and their Eco-Easter camp continued all during the week. For details about further events, ring them at 029 708 10 or look up their website. There is no time to stop, because this weekend we'll see yet another one of our popular walking festivals on Saturday and Sunday, the 14th and the 15th of April. The programme will include some of the old reliable routes and also a few new gems to test your endurance, all to add to the joy of walking. Some of these walks you'll be going on, you'll be seeing for the very first time. Stewards will be on hand at all times to help and advise, so beginners will have a great opportunity to sample the joys of walking without a care in the world. You can get all their details on their website or contact 086 380 9424. Meanwhile, every effort is being made to get the bridge built across the Blackwater at Dooneen, which is a vital link in the national walkway of the famous O'Sullivan Bear. This is Clean Up Month, and our Tidy Towns Committee are asking for your help. They won a bronze medal last year, and please help them to turn that into silver this year. They are asking you to make every effort to support what they are trying to do in keeping Millstreet clean and tidy, and indeed our approach roads as well. Please do not throw litter away, put it in a bin. Sinead and Anne O'Flynn of Threshing are offering help with career guidance and third level course choices, and you can ring them at 086 397 0023. A 6 weeks course on Zumba classes is starting at the Loft in the West End on it started this Thursday night from 8 until 9 o'clock. It's on for 6 weeks, so I'm sure you'll be time to get in again. For details you can contact 086 1511 325. The Loft is situated over the Nibbles restaurant in the West End. Contact IRD Duhala for details of their group purchasing insurance scheme at 60633. Ring them at the same number for details of their Titanic ceremony of Remembrance Night. Titanic ceremony of Remembrance Night, and that's on the 19th of April, and ring them for details about that. Fairy Cure Millstreet will be held here on Sunday the 22nd of April. The annual Divine Mercy devotions will be held in Millstreet Church on next Sunday the 15th of April, starting at 3 o'clock. Please return all troker boxes to the church as soon as possible. Eucharistic Congress brochures are available at our church, and ring the parish office if you'd like details of how you can book a ticket for the Congress. Exposition of the Blessed Sacrament in our church every Wednesday from 10:30 in the morning until 10:30 at night. A coffee morning in aid of Marymount Hospice will be held by John Kelleher at the Parish Centre on Saturday the 21st of April from 10 until 2 p.m. In GAA, Millstreet overcame Kanturk in the Duhala Under-21A Football Championship semi-final, and they progressed to meet Blackwater Gaels in the decider in Boherbue on Sunday at 2 o'clock. And Hill Run, the Irish Mountain Running Association, commenced their 2012 programme with a run to the top of Clara Mountain here on Sunday evening at 7:15. That's all from me, and now I will hand you over to the capable hands of Sean Radley. He's still up there at the rally and in Mount Leader, and keep an eye out for the lovely hat he's wearing today.
Well, we're capturing some amazing shots here at Vintage Day here, Easter Sunday 2012 here at Mount Leader in the K&L complex here itself. But now it's time for that wonderful, wonderful voice of the one and only Peter Lane.
We're going to carry this song, especially for all the LTV2 gang down there. There's all the Sean Radley, Sean Murphy, and all the gang out in Carrigain in the pub. We can't forget Matthew Neville. whose birthday it was last Sunday, so we're going to a big night over there with Tommy G and friends at Hank. And so we're going to do the song especially for all of them out there. Great old crew is one called Darling, Say You Love Me When I'm Older. Here we go. Two lovers walking gently hand in hand. The maid she wore a shiny wedding band. Said she, my love, you won my heart and soul. Oh, promised that she'd love me when I'm old. Everyone! Darling, say you love me when I'm old. When dark clouds gathered round and nights are cold, say you never trade our love for gold. Oh, darling, say you love me when I'm old. He kissed her lip and touched her golden hair. On her face so young and fair, he kissed her lip and touched her golden hair. Then looked upon her face so young and fair. He pulled her gently to his lover's heart, saying, only God alone will make us part. Darling, say you love me when I walk. When dark clouds gather round and ice is cold, say you never trade our love for gold. Or promise that you love me when I'm old. They lived for many years up and away, with several kids to break their happy life. Sometimes nights are nice home. Somehow their love was strong as they were old. Darling, say you love me when I'm home. When dark clouds gather round and ice are cold, say you never trade our love for gold. Oh, promise that she loved me when I'm old. Yeah!
Well, my goodness, the crowds here have been so enthusiastic, and there are some crowds here on this very special vintage Sunday here, Easter Sunday here at K&L Complex here in Mount Leader. And I'm delighted to be joined and thrilled to be joined by the MC of the day itself, of course, the one and only and a very professional Derry Morley. Derry, it's going so well.
It is, Sean, yeah. There's a great turnout, thank God. Everything seems to be very rosy in the garden, as the man said. And I think people are very pleased as well with the venue. You know, I suppose we thought we couldn't do better than Green Glens, and obviously Green Glens is an amazing venue, but this is truly wonderful just as well. You know, and I mean conditions, I know it's a bit cold out there, but we're thrilled that it didn't rain. You know, so we're very pleased, and I suppose it's for great causes. So you know, it is important, I think, to.
Of course, Derry, lots of people, when they see this happening here today, one tends to think it all happens just like that. But there was an enormous amount of preparation involved.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no doubt the organisers, the people involved, I suppose, have been involved with the last number of days, and you know, even fencing off the place here and getting it ready for the different exhibits. There's an amazing amount of work going into it, you know. But again, as I said, I suppose the fact that there is such a crowd on the day makes it all worthwhile. You know, because you could put in the same amount of work and trouble and have a small attendance. So this is really, I suppose, this is testament to the work they've put in, you know, and it's great that the people
your prayers really worked in relation to the weather.
That's right, because early in the morning, certainly it looked as though it could have been a miserable day, and, you know, nobody, I think, minds it being cold out there once it stays dry. That's the important thing, you know.
Another very important aspect, we're indoors here now for this aspect of it. And I notice many of the child-related activities are very much indoors.
That's right, and I suppose again, certainly with kids, parents like to have them indoors, and it's quite cold out there. So it is great to have the indoor facilities for those things as well, you know.
And we've noticed a very beautiful stall here, and it's coordinated by a person with a northern accent, so clearly people have come from far and wide here.
Yeah, I would say so, you know, and even I've been getting notices there now about different vintage days all over the country in the next few weeks, and obviously there are people from certainly up as far as the Midlands here, you know, but I suppose they're a contingent all of their own. They sort of travel the length and breadth of the country to these events.
And Jerry, if you had a favourite here that you like to visit, a favourite part of the venue, what would it be?
Yeah, well, I suppose I would be a tractor fan anyway, and I have to say there's some amazing tractors out there, and indeed a lot of cars there as well. And I suppose it's great to see people, the pride they take in the work they've done with the vehicles, you know, it's amazing.
Earlier we saw a tractor being put together, in a record time.
That's right, yeah, they were disassembling and assembling a Ferguson 20 up there, I think in 6.5 minutes or something, you know. So
something you could do without any trouble.
I wouldn't bet on it. I tell you now, these boys are professional when they come to these things. And again, there was a huge crowd up there watching it. It's a novelty item at this stage, so you know you have to compliment them as well for coming on the day and making it worthwhile. You know, such is great.
All I can say, Derry, is that well done. It's been an amazing event here on Easter Sunday.
And I do believe there was another big event yesterday. Is that right? I heard out there a while ago. There was a Fiat washed yesterday for the first time in 12 months. Is that true? Is that true? I think that's true, Sean, is it? Yeah, that's correct, yeah. The word went out there. The word spread very quickly yesterday. Yeah. Thanks, Sean.
Derry, you had a lot to do with that famous car, and the cameraman here.
Pleasure.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Sean.
Amazing. I was wondering what had happened yesterday. Yes, the car got washed. For its, someone said its annual wash, but it's got washed anyway. It's looking really well, that famous car. But at this particular point, reminded very specially by our cameraman Sean, we're going directly up now to the top of Clara Mountain, where we're going to meet Eiley Buckley, and Sean is on camera for a real bit of history right on top of Clara Mountain.
No, thank you, Sean Medley. And now we have a different Sean on camera, Sean Murphy. And we're here on the top of Clara Mountain, would you believe, on Holy Thursday, the 6th of April, 2012. And we came up to see what they're doing about the new cross that's being erected here on the mountain, to replace the one that was put here in 1982. So far we'll show you what the work that's done here, and then Sean will whiz the camera around the countryside and see the panoramic view that is from the top of Clara today. Now, this is where the base has been put down, and I hope you can see it all right. In a few days' time, it'll be filled in around with concrete, and after that, the lovely new cross will be erected, and it will see us all into many, many years to come, because it is dipped and it will not rust, and it is built to last. Now, Sean might swing the camera around and let us see the beautiful view that's from here today on Holy Thursday 2012. The park in Tully, Cashman's Park, which really rises above the town of Millstreet. It doesn't look high at all from here because we're so far above it. It's cold here, but it is a wonderful experience to be here. Now we're coming on again down past the industrial estate in Mount Leader, and we're striking down for, if we can see Threshing Castle there in the distance with a little bit of smoke rising there somewhere, and then all of Duhallow stretching out. And on a clear day from the top of Clara you can see the lakes in Killarney, and I think we should be able to see it today, but with the sun going down now it is doubtful. Oh, could we shout down to him, I wonder, Sean? Sean, we'll see you there in a minute. Wish us a safe journey. So now, thank you, Sean Murphy, on camera here on Holy Thursday 2012 on the top of Clara Mountain.
And so there with Clara Mountain there in our background here, and Clara without a cross, of course, during these few days, because this is Easter Sunday, and through the magic of television we have moved down directly from Clara Mountain to the K&L complex here in Mount Leader in Millstreet. And believe it or not, the man that was right up there on top of Clara Mountain filming with Eiley Buckley, Sean Murphy, you're here magically also.
Oh yeah, I just rushed down the steep side of it here just to be here again. Well, actually that was last Thursday, Holy Thursday, that myself and Eiley made it up to the very top. I got her up. If you remember in last week's programme, she said that she didn't think that she'd be able to walk up to the top of Clara.
Yes.
So I got this idea, and I rang her.
So you arranged transport?
I arranged transport. I rang her last Thursday and I said, Eiley, what do you want? She says, I'm reading a book. I said, put on a pair of boots and a coat and I'll collect you. Where are we going? I said, it's a surprise. And we landed up there, the very top of Clara with my Jeep.
And we even have some digital images on millstreet.ie also. But at this particular point, Sean, I know it's...
this week. It was Jerry Reardon last week, so it's kind of competition time.
It is competition time.
And as we're very busy here today, below at your house a while ago, we pulled the number out of a hat.
Yes, of course, we had scrutineers present to make sure that everything was
William
entirely in order.
He kept a fair close eye when we were pulling out
William
the winner.
Joining us just over here.
Yeah.
Bernard, if you just zoom around there, you will see our scrutineer. Everything was in order, William?
I see nothing, Sean.
I've seen nothing. That's very good. He saw it all.
I have a number on my phone. The answer, by the way, was the circus.
Yes, the Circus of Fountains, absolutely amazing, above in the country park, wasn't
That's
it?
right, and our prize is a car pass for a family. And
the country park.
We have a few more of these, and of course I see Jerry's after joining us there now, but I'm going to try and dial in this number, okay?
Right. Absolutely. So
we'll
this is
see-
one of
we'll see
the winners there, and Sean is now dialing this number to see if this person was present.
We have a ringing tone.
Wouldn't it be amazing if this person happened to be here at the Vintage Day here in K&L at the moment? That would be quite amazing.
And what are the chances of that happening? Hello, Dan, how are you? Hello. Dan, who's this? This is Shawny Murphy, LTV2 Millstreet. Not too bad. You went to the competition last week on LTV2.
Sean,
what was the answer? Am I hearing through my other ear here?
Believe it or not,
No.
I think the man that actually...
A second,
We'll have to move over here.
Hello.
Could this be the man that actually...
Oh, this is the man here. Right. Dan, how are you?
Not too bad, boy, not too bad.
Fancy meeting you here.
Thanks.
Yeah?
Right, yeah.
You watch us every week?
Every single week.
Every single week. And how did this happen?
This is quite amazing.
This is
altogether. Quite coincidental, but obviously, Dan, you're hugely interested in vintage.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. You know, anything there's wheels underneath, I'm interested in it.
Right, good.
You know?
And here today, an enormous crowd.
Oh, fierce crowd. Great show altogether, you know, so it is.
And what a setting, like, I mean, what a panoramic setting.
It is a great spot for it,
Yeah.
you know, so it is.
And accompanying you also, you have a...
That's my brother-in-law, Dennis. Hi.
Hello, Dennis, how are you?
Fine, thanks, yeah.
You're very welcome to Millstreet.
Thank you.
And,
The
well,
main thing is that you watch LTV2 every week.
Every week, yeah.
Are the comments good or bad?
Fairly good.
They're good.
Yeah.
Well,
Couldn't complain over it.
you're out to get you a free day out at Millstreet Country Park, so when you go into the reception and tell them that you were the winner. Because we'll have arrangements made. So off you go, off to the country park. Anyone want to say hello to before we continue on here?
Well, I suppose I had to say hello to my daughter, and she was 18 on Friday, and we had an awful holy last night, which would be Saturday night.
Wonderful. Where was that holy?
In Macomb.
Oh, wonderful.
And of course to my wife and the rest of my children.
Excellent.
You know, because they'd be giving out to me if I didn't say hello to them. So you have to keep them all happy.
Maybe you'd sing a song to them.
I done enough singing last night, so there'll be no singing today. As you can hear, I'm still hoarse. Yeah.
You're not doing too bad. So, oh yes, by the way, we have a few more of these passes to give away. So, will we ask a question for next week?
Yes, indeed, Sean, and I suppose it will in some way have to relate to what's happening here around us at the moment here in Mount Leader.
That's right. I wonder now, what question could we ask? Or will we ask, where are we today?
Exactly.
Will that be doing another car pass next week to give away?
So in other words, where is the vintage Sunday, Easter Sunday, taking place here at what venue? And you will be hearing it quite a number of times during our programme itself. So be listening out.
A little clue.
Surely do.
Because, we're very generous here. We weren't as generous last week. Bjorn, if you turn to your left,
yes,
and up in the corner of the building there's something written up there. We don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But, so you can enter the numbers on the screen there at the moment. So now, Sean Radley, we have a lot of things.
Very kind. I must say, Sean is being very generous there, and that is a good clue, I think.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now I think we're going to go up further. There's the gang from Coachford. There's a Broomhill.
Are about to build a tractor.
They're about to put a tractor together, I think in seconds. So will we go?
Absolutely. So there it is with Bernard on camera here, and with congrats to all our good friends on an amazing coincidence here to be that our winners are here present on the occasion itself. Quite amazing, Sean. So Sean, you're ready to build that tractor?
I won't. We'll watch them build it, and I think they have some news for us as well, so we'll catch up with them up here.
Right.
You're very welcome to
Well, we've just arrived here at the tractor building scenario here, and the commentary is just going to be given by the professional man himself, and they're just about to begin. So let's watch.
2,
Here we
1, go. The build here today is being done by the Broomhill Vintage Club. We're from Coachford in County Cork. The team comprises of 4 members. We've team captain there, John Dennehy, Greg Cronin there on the back with him, Bobby Roach and Danny Martin there on the front. These lads are All-Ireland and World Tractor Building Champions. They compete around the country every year, and they'll be competing against 4 other teams in the competition this year, trying to retain their title. They'll be travelling to Roscommon, Donegal, Galway and Cavan. The tractor is stripped down into 35 parts, and there's 240 nuts and bolts to be assembled. Usually in competition there is a gallon of back axle oil goes into the tractor and a gallon of water, but for today, for demonstration purposes, they're doing a dry run. The tractor at the end in competition should be started and the lifts must work. We'll have a round of the tractor building competition in Coachford at our show in August this year. It's on August the 18th and 19th in the GA grounds in Coachford. We'll have 4 other teams, like I said earlier, from Roscommon, Donegal, Galway and Cavan coming down to compete with the lads on that day. We also have other attractions as a vintage display on that day. Richie Kavanagh is coming to Coachford. Any Richie Kavanagh fans here? No, that might have been a bad idea then. We're at 2 minutes 15 seconds there now. And we also have a tractor, car and motorcycle run on next Sunday, April the 15th. We'll be registering in the J grounds in Coachford from 11 o'clock and rolling out at 12 o'clock. Everything we do during the year, we raise money for our chosen charity, which is Suicide Aware. And there's collection buckets around there now today as well, so if you dig deep into your pockets and give us a bit of your change, we'll be very grateful. It's a very worthy cause. We just hit the 3-minute mark there now. I was thinking the lads would do it in 7 minutes, but they tell me they're confident to do it in 6 today. The build competition has changed somewhat this year. There's going to be more parts disassembled at the start. The starter is coming off. A few more bits and pieces, so there'll be more work involved in it. This is our own tractor here today, but in competition there's one tractor for all 5 teams competing. So at the start of every build there's a draw, and the first team disassemble the tractor and build it. Second team check it over, disassemble it and build it, and so on. We're just gone over 4 minutes there now. It's amazing to see the tractor coming together in such a really short time, if this is your first time seeing it. In competition, when the tractor is built, it's more or less, it is ready to drive away. We did a build this time last year for our own tractor run in Naherla, and the lads built the tractor and the tractor was driven away. I'm sure it's up on YouTube if you want to see it. I'm not too sure of what it's under, but I'm sure you'd find it under Broomhill Vintage Club anyway. Five minutes 15 seconds there now, so if you give the lads your encouragement. It's really coming together. I think they might hit the 6-minute mark, even though they said they were very confident of hitting 6. And now, at the show in August, we also have an over 40s match, which is always a good spectacle. There's a Queen of the Festival dance on Saturday night, where we choose the Queen of the Festival every year. Just over the 6-minute mark there, and the tractor's really coming together. So if we cheer on the lads now, come on lads. Come on now lads. As I say, once the tractor is started in... Well done, here we go lads. 6 minutes 42 seconds. And as you can see, the tractor can drive. So thanks very much for watching lads. There's a couple of buckets around there. Sure. Our chosen charity, as I say, is Suicide Aware. It's a very worthwhile charity, so dig deep into our pockets and we'll be very grateful. Thanks. And there's another build later on in the evening as well if you want to come back and watch it.
Well, viewers, that was something quite extraordinary. World-class standard. this is the tractor that was just put together from all those different pieces by those amazing experts there within the past couple of minutes. Absolutely amazing. Well, I'm absolutely thrilled and delighted to be joined by Peter Collin and also by John Joe Dennehy. Gentlemen, an amazing feat altogether. Commentating there, first of all, tell us what this meant to be here today.
Well, we like to get around to all the local shows and events, building the team or building the tractor. We do it all for charity. Our chosen charity is Suicide Aware. It's a very worthwhile charity, and all money is raised at the bills, collected in the buckets, goes to our chosen charity, Suicide Aware. So we're very happy to be here today.
And I must say that was an amazing time to complete this structure of the tractor in such an amazing time.
Yeah, well, as you see, the tractor was completely disassembled, 240 nuts and bolts and 35 parts on the ground, and they built it to what you see here now in 6 minutes 42 seconds. And I think our best time is, what, John Joe?
Usually around 6.5 minutes is a good time, yeah.
So it's very good.
I mean, all those famous people that we see in Formula 1, you'd have no problem getting a job there.
Oh no, they're like some of these lads on the team, I reckon, after all this. Like.
Absolutely. And Peter, John Joe, thanks Peter. John Joe, a very special event is happening. Tell us more about it. We have a very special poster about it here. Sorry, one moment now. Yeah. Right, Peter, maybe you have to... Right,
we have a tractor and vintage car on next Sunday coming. It is all for us, Suicide Away as well. It is another good cause. And
this is going to take place in?
Coachford next Sunday. Saturday at 10, it happens 10 in the morning, is it?
Yeah, we'll be registering from 10:30 in the morning, and we're setting out at 12 o'clock. The cars are heading west to around Newcestown, and the tractors will do a loop around locally around Rylan and Ahabullogue area. So, and we're leaving the Coachford GA grounds and we're returning back to O'Riordan's Bar in Coachford for refreshments after.
Excellent. And as I say, what a very colourful poster here. And this is an annual event.
It is, yeah. It is. We started this about 3 years ago, and it is very successful since. It's going very well for us. So far, so good, yeah.
And what an absolutely excellent cause.
Yeah, like Suicide Aware, I suppose, like we've all been touched by it in the locality, and you know, it's a very worthwhile cause in our eyes, you know. Yeah.
The response here today, gentlemen.
It was good. There was a good crowd around the place. The atmosphere was very well. Things went very well today, and the day is good for it. Yeah.
And what would you say now if I started to drive off in this most amazing tractor off to Coachford? For next Sunday?
You might as well, because it's a bit slow, so it might take you till next Sunday to get there, but the tractor is drivable. As you can see, you know, it's in competition, you're able to drive it away straight away.
And finally, we are speaking world class here, isn't this correct?
Yeah, that's right. We'd say the lads are all Ireland champions, and we compete in the Ford and Fordson show in Fermoy every year against an English team, so you could call us more or less world champions at this as well.
And just the members of the team?
There's Greg Cronin and Denny Martin and Bobby Roach and myself, John Joe Dennehy, with four
amazing experts, world class.
Yeah,
absolutely. Peter and John Joe, thanks a million altogether. And there we have. And of course, at this particular point now, I'm being reminded by our expert cameraman here, world-class cameraman down here, Sean Murphy, and being assisted by Bernard Crowley on still camera in the background. We are now going to go to a very special DVD, but before we go to this DVD, Peter, you might explain a bit more about the DVD.
Yeah, the DVD shows our first run last year in April. It shows the tractor side of things, 2 clips of the run, and then we're going to a build that was done in Aherla for our first run, and you can see in the DVD at that the tractor was built, the oil was put in and the water, and we got a very special person to drive away the tractor that day, so you can see the tractor actually being driven away after it being built. Yeah.
Well, you have a very special person to drive away the tractor today.
Very good.
Not really that special. So at this particular point, and you had to compete there with the actual public address. But thanks, Peter, and thanks very much, John Joe. And now I'll have to get my key ready, and so I'm on my way now to Coachford for next Sunday. See you then next week. Well, maybe even see you on Sunday in Coachford. Here we go.
5:26. Keep it going, lads. Keep it going. Come on.
Come on.
Stick is in place. The stick is in place. The helmet is on. 5:40.
Don't. I got it. Go.
5:45. 5:45 and the stick is gone. Well done, lads. Fabulous feat. Well done, lads. Great goal.
An amazing DVD there, and I'm on my way undercover to Coachford. But before I get there, a quick word again with our good friend Peter Collin. Peter, you have something special to tell us.
We hold a show in August. It's on August the 18th and 19th this year. It's in the GA grounds in Coachford. It's on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday comprises of a high nelly bicycle run in the evening. There'll be Queen of the Festival dance and a dog show. And Sunday is the vintage and veteran vintage display. And we have Richie Kavanagh booked for that day as well, so he'll be a good attraction. And we have 4 more teams along with ourselves coming down from the country to compete in the tractor building competition. Teams from Galway, Donegal, Cavan and Roscommon. So that'll be great as well.
Well, Peter, we were there for the Sunday section of that this past year, and it was, or last year, it was absolutely brilliant. Yeah. You were blessed with great weather.
Fantastic weather. Anything we've done so far, we've had great weather, so hopefully that'll keep up now again this year.
This is truly magical. I must say what Peter is projecting there and promoting, a very, very special day it is indeed. So not just one day, but 2 days.
2 days, yeah, over the weekend. So
a special queen being selected for the occasion.
Yeah, on the Saturday night we should have about 15 contestants there, and we'll be choosing the Queen of the Festival on that night. At the dance, so there's a dance in the J Hall in Coachford that night as well.
Brilliant. An amazing PRO there for the whole group there, Peter Collin. And at this particular point now, with Sean very much on camera, I'm still going to continue undercover to Coachford.
Okay.
Well, one of the most popular vehicles here, of course, at the Vintage 2012 here in Easter Sunday, is that of a blue Escort owned by the one and only Jerry O'Riordan. Jerry, welcome to the Vintage.
Thank you very much.
Well, Jerry, tell us more about this amazing car.
Well, it was bought by my father in 1972 and still on the road, so it was...
and going very well.
Sometimes it doesn't like parades, actually. But out in the open road it's very good.
And particularly Carriginham parade, it seemed to have a bit of a problem.
Yeah, well, we like delaying things a bit out there, all right, you know. Yeah.
But anyway, at this particular point, blue seems to be the colour included with your costume and or your uniform and everything.
Yeah, and yourself went out and with your own shirt as well with the blue.
Yes, I'm in blue also, yeah. Jerry, every good wish, and I know you have to leave early, so you're on your way.
Perfect, thanks, Sean.
Thanks very much, Jerry.
See you again, sure.
Very good indeed. And at this particular point, we are amazed and delighted to be joined by a most amazing young person over here. This is Stephanie Marshall in the most amazing costume. Stephanie, this is just astounding altogether. Stephanie, this is Stephanie, and we must introduce the other members of the team. This is?
Orla Kelleher.
Orla, how are you? And Orla, you're from?
Mealing.
Mealing, oh, beautiful part of the country. And Stephanie, yourself, you're from?
Bantier.
Bantier, representing Bantier in a lovely manner. And this is Michael Healy?
Yeah.
And Michael, you're from?
From Taro.
So they're all feeling very much at home. Now, this is a most amazing costume. Tell us more about this, Stephanie.
Well, we made it from race cards from the race courses, and our team is called A Day at the Races. And it's origami, and we made the hat from paper mache, and it took us 5 months to do it.
Amazing altogether. Tell us what was involved in making this most amazing costume.
Well, the hardest part was trying to get the programs, like take them apart, because they were stapled together, and then making the origami and making the structure of the skirt. That was the hardest.
And they're all, I believe, made of programs from Mallow Racecourse.
Yeah, they are. And we just took, it was 5 months to make the whole dress, and we just made them into origami, and everything is made of the race cards.
Amazing altogether. Well, this is, and so And yesterday you were in Mallow races yourself.
Yeah, we went up to Mallow races to give some of our leaflets out because we need votes for the All-Irelands.
Yes. Now at this particular point we better move a little bit further over because we're very much, this of course we're at the Vintage Sunday here in Millstreet Country Park, and we're getting, this group is getting a very great amount of interest, and a great amount of interest here at this very special day here itself. Now tell us about the voting, please.
Yes, you need to log on to junkcouture.com and vote a day at the races, Coachford, because we really need the votes because it helps for the All-Ireland competition.
Brilliant. So now you have leaflets also here, Michael, and it says just log on to junkcouture.com and vote a day at the races, and that's from Coachford in Kanturk. Mighty all together.
Vote till Friday the 13th because the voting ends on Friday the 13th of April.
At the very end of that day?
Yeah.
So this programme will be going out on Thursday night, so you have a chance to vote to the very end of Friday the 13th of April. And I must say, we wish you all the greatest success, and the next time I'm sure we'll be meeting an All-Ireland group, surely.
Thanks, hopefully.
So this is Michael here.
Yeah.
Thanks, Michael. Stephanie.
Thank you.
And
indeed,
Orla, Kelleher.
Thanks very much,
Thank you.
So vote for us, and I must say it is so colourful, adding so hugely here to Vintage Day, Easter Sunday here at Mount Leader. Well, amazing sights here on this Easter Sunday, but I just see very dedicated viewers over here. It's the Lane family. Well done, I must say, and observing something very special here.
Yes, indeed, very well done, and how do I say?
Type of a lorry, isn't it?
Exactly.
Very well preserved.
Exactly.
And you're enjoying the Vintage Day?
Yes.
Oh, wow, absolutely. And you know, we've been very blessed because we've had no rain up to now.
No, Sean, we have been very lucky now. It's just starting to start all right now, but sure, a lot of the day was lovely.
Absolutely.
So it is great, and a new venue, and it was seemed to be going well with people. People are very happy with the different...
Well, you know, we're very happy with such loyal viewers, and your good selves are such wonderful viewers here of LTV2 Millstreet that our cameraman Sean Murphy has suggested that we have a very special little gesture to give you, and this is a special, well, Sean, describe what it is.
I think it's a family pass to the country park. We have a few now, thanks to the country park, who gave us a few passes there last week, and I think on the day that's in it, will we give away another one?
Absolutely. There it is.
Thanks very much.
So with the compliments of LTV2 and all the team, enjoy the country park.
Thanks very much.
And don't forget to watch out for the Circus of Fountains, the new feature. You'll really enjoy it in a very special way. Perfect. What was your favourite piece here today?
The music.
The music. Oh, well done. Oh, that's a discerning viewer. A discerning viewer. And I must say, we were very impressed by the range of vehicles. They were amazing.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. It's lovely to see them all done to the T, and everyone else spending time doing their own little few jobs. That's it.
Absolutely.
Coming back to the music again, I wonder, was it Peter Lane she was saying was good here today, or what?
Was it Peter Lane's music?
Yes.
Now that is a discerning viewer, And now, at this particular point, we have, of course, this is what we'd call Titanic Memorial Week. And in Cove in particular, there's going to be a major week of events, very special commemorative events. And of course, we have a wonderful family down there that actually observe our programs on a very regular and constant basis. We're speaking about PJ Cronin, who came originally from number 1 Murphy's Terrace here in Millstreet, and now is of course resident in Cove with his family. So to the Cronin family in Cove, a very special hello from LTV2 and especially from the Vintage here in Millstreet. And at this particular point now,
as you're watching here on Thursday night, the 12th of April.
Yes, indeed, of course. The 12th of April is so significant because, of course, that was the very time the Titanic, definitely all the, that's why we're celebrating the actual centenary at this particular point. Now, in Ballydesmond, as we know, and in that Slieve-Lucra area, there were up to 9 different people were on the Titanic. And they were joined by a 10th person from Charleville. Now, 5 of those people survived the Titanic, but 5 didn't. And there was a very, very special commemorative occasion in Ballydesmond, in Boherbede recently, in the Anne's Kitchen restaurant. And that, of course, was especially to mark the wonderful and amazing story of Danny Buckley, one of the survivors of the Titanic. So at this particular point now, we're going to view part of that excellent DVD that was launched on the night itself. And this was, of course, made by Michael Fitzgerald and Leo Fitzgerald, and the script was by Mary Buckley, and this is just to give you an idea of what an excellent DVD this is, which relates to the story and all the different life story, of course, of the late Danny Buckley. So now, at this particular point, we'll go directly over now to have a look at this particular section of this DVD.
Everyone wanted to sail in this wonderful ship, especially the young and spirited. Then, the Irish youth found out that it would collect passengers in Queenstown. Some of the more resourceful ones decided they would try to get on board, as it would be the chance of a lifetime. Dan Buckley was one such passenger, and anyway, he had his aunt to meet him in New York. He was also anxious to get a good job to help his mother to provide for the family. Having made his decision to go to America, Dan told his mother, family, friends and neighbours. They were devastated at the news, as Dan had become a very popular member of the community. Then came the American wake, where he sang, "When the fields are white with daisies, I'll return." The next morning, he set off for Cove, known then as Queenstown, to meet his travelling companions, Pat O'Connell, Michael Linehan and Pat O'Connor. All of the Titanic passengers had to be taken out to sea to embark by tenders, as the liner could not dock in Cove. All on board, they sailed out to sea and into the unknown. Dan and his 3 companions shared a 3rd-class steerage cabin. They were having a great time, with the best of food and entertainment. Early in the night on the 14th of April, Dan was awakened by a grating noise. He got out of bed and felt a jostling sensation. Then he noticed that water was flowing in under the door. He knew it was serious, got dressed quickly and called his companions to get up and dress. They did not believe him. He then left the cabin, but without his life belt or his black bag, he said. He tried to go back to get them, but the steps were no longer visible. The ship was sinking quickly. The Titanic had struck an iceberg, buckling the hull plates below the waterline along the length of 5 watertight compartments. On his way to the lifeboats, he saw a steerage passenger being thrown down the stairwell by some crew members. The gates were locked to prevent 3rd-class passengers getting through to the boat deck. On his way to the lifeboats, he saw a steerage passenger being thrown down the stairwell by some crew members. The gates were locked to prevent 3rd-class passengers getting through to the boat deck. Dan was later called to give some evidence about this to the United States Senate. No charge was ever brought against the ship's crew for locking the steerage passengers down when the ship was sinking. Dan eventually reached the boat deck and helped women and children into the lifeboats. He did great work that night, and he was later praised for it. Some of the lifeboats were going out to sea almost empty, and someone told Dan to take a chance himself. He did, and even though other men were chased out, he managed to escape. A woman from 1st class, who may have been Lady Astor, threw a shawl over him saying, "Lie down there, you are somebody's child." So he was saved. All the passengers out to sea in the lifeboats were rescued by the Carpathia and brought to New York. No doubt his aunts were there to meet him. They sent a telegram home saying, "Danny is saved. Bridgie." He never went home again alive to tell them of the experience on that night to remember. After the survivors were brought to New York, Dan was the only Irish witness to give evidence to the United States Senate inquiry into the disaster. He was given a relief grant by the American Red Cross. In America, he worked in a variety of jobs, including hotel porter. But in 1917, he volunteered for the US Army on American entry into the First World War. He fought on the Western Front, where he was wounded in April 1918. After he returned to duty, he was killed on October 15th, while trying to rescue a wounded soldier in Meuse-Argonne section of the line. The war was almost over. He was buried in France, but later he was brought back home to be buried in his native King Williamstown, or Ballydesmond. He rests in peace beside his beloved mother, Abina. 6 years after the sinking of the Titanic, Dan Buckley was dead, killed in action in 1918 at the age of 28. He never saw his 3 travelling companions and friends again. They went down with the ship. In his last letter to his mother, written on captured German paper, he was mourning the loss of his friend in battle, Jack Reardon. He writes, "He was a fine fellow and loved by all his pals, full of life. God have mercy on him. I hope he is better off, as this is a rough life out here. He was not killed instantly, but died in hospital. I have had some narrow escapes myself, but thanks to God, I have been lucky so far." His last letter was written on October the 8th, 1918, 6 days before his death. The following is an extract from the Cork Examiner from January the 15th, 1919. Brave Irish-American soldier, 2nd Lieutenant Daniel Buckley. A survivor of the ill-fated Titanic, he volunteered for active service under the Stars and Stripes in the 69 Irish Rainbow Division on American entrance to the war. He came to France with his regiment in October 1917, saw fighting in several battles, had some miraculous escapes. The same supernatural power which aided him in the Titanic still appearing to come to his assistance. He was wounded, though not seriously, in April last, and fell, paying the supreme penalty fighting under the flag of his adopted country, just previous to the cessation of hostilities. He was a native of King Williamstown in County Cork, where he was extremely popular previous to his departure for the States.
just to give an idea of what an excellent DVD that is on the life and times of the late Danny Buckley itself. And now we're still here at the Vintage Day, Easter Sunday, at K&L Complex here at Mount Leader. And we're delighted to be joined by VIPs extraordinaire with the most amazing tractors. And right over here we have some young members here that are enjoying a very special day here. Mary, who is this beautiful?
Amy de Freitas.
My goodness,
Amy de Freitas.
Well, Amy is having a wonderful time.
She is, but her brother is over there. He's a lot more interested in the tractors.
Well done. Hello, Amy. Right, there we are. Well, now,
Mary she had a different name too one time. What was your name one time, Mary? I don't know. You were 60. 67. She was Mary 60.
Mary is very special to me because we're related.
Yeah, there's another cousin there, sure.
No, indeed.
And neighbours here.
Oh, lovely.
All friends and neighbours.
All friends. Well, now, Amy, we're delighted you have such a wonderful day.
Fine now, isn't she?
Great.
Great fun.
So now, at this particular point, we'll have to find out more about this famous tractor. Danjo, we noticed that it has, thanks very much, Mary, we noticed you have a special cab on today because this is its second day out, is that right, Danjo?
Well, it is its second day out, but it in two trips the first day.
Oh my goodness.
And
where did you go the first day?
To Ballinagreed and to Millstreet.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's travelling well?
Well, it is travelling well, but today no, it was that time because that was this first run, like, after so many years of retirement.
It's getting used to the road.
It is. There had to be a few adjustments made for to tie it out, like, you know what I mean.
And you've added a cab, Danjo, a special cab?
Of course I do. Of course I do. If you came up from Mushra and Patrick's morning early, you'd value the cab bin. I know a cab is that day.
Very important.
Yeah,
now, I must say that what we're seeing here is just an amazing concept altogether. Just to give us an idea, what was involved in actually restoring it, Danjo?
Well, I know nothing about restoring. I'm completely new to it.
Right.
But anyone will tell you it could be a 3-year project, like.
My goodness.
But as a matter of fact, when we went crazy, it was a 2-month project.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who was mainly involved in the restoration of it?
Oh, well, of course, the local man, of course, James Mahoney. Oh, you know, local, he was the head man, like. And
real expert.
Really. We had to go to Ashburn, County Meath, with the cab.
Right.
Yeah. We carried it up like a scrap metal.
But Danjo, it's been worth it all. It's looking absolutely splendid. And we love the colours, by the way. It's the colours are very special.
And another part there, the bonnet, and all every one of the parts, and that was from a man in County Clare. His name is up there in front of it.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Very well done and beautifully restored.
So, you get nothing cheap.
But it's worth it all. Quality tells.
The speed, like, of doing it, like, you know, when you had it in your mind, you were going to do it, and we did it.
Well done indeed. And to do many a trip there in the coming years.
And of course, she was no stranger to the locality, like. No, of course, no. Not at all, huh?
What sense now?
Sure, her birthday was there across from the railway, there at Paddy Dingeen.
My goodness.
He bought it new at Lucy's. I think 1970, that's in the textbook. Brand new tractor, great man, that him. They were scarce, like.
Well, Danjo, all I can say is that it's looking like new to me. When I look at this, it's looking superb.
Thank you very much, Shani. I'm delighted.
My goodness, great. So we'll have to go for a spin sometime there with Danjo.
Quite free and welcome.
Thanks very much, Danjo. Danjo Keller, Danjo Murphy, and of course Danjo is the father of Sean on camera at the moment, Sean Murphy. So at this particular point there, where are we now going to, Sean? We are now going directly over to Noel. And we're going to have a quick word with Noel here. Sorry, gentlemen, it's granddaughter. Noel, my goodness, what an amazing day here.
It's a great turnout, Sean, yes, without a doubt. It's a great credit to the organisation that organise these things, and to all the participants, of course. They've gone to a great deal of trouble with their tractors and machinery of all sorts and cars, you know, to remind us of the days gone by.
Indeed. And the venue is absolutely superb.
The venue is superb, yeah, without a doubt. I know that the Green Glens had hosted it very well over the years. But,
and it's very superb also. But it's good that there was an alternative for this year. It makes a big difference.
Absolutely, and this is as you say, a very fine venue indeed. And as long as the weather holds up, people are enjoying it, and people have come from a long way. And it's great. It's a great day in Millstreet, and it's great for the participants. It's great for the organisers, and it's great for the organisations who will benefit from the proceeds.
Tremendous altogether. Noel, thank you so much. And Pacho, the last time we met and we saw so many tractors was above at the National Ploughing Championships.
And it was your first time at the ploughing, and we were only halfway through the field, and we thought that was it. But
you notice we never saw a plough on the day.
We never saw a plough on the day, only all music and bands and all that.
And of course, there's lots of wonderful music here today.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. And
it's been a great success, hasn't it, Pacho?
It has, yeah. It has. You know, it's nice to see that kind of stuff keeping going, and traditions and everything. And
such interest.
And such interest, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, Pacho, enjoy the rest of the evening. Yeah. And now our cameraman, of course, Sean Murphy, is focusing there on the clock on the Church of Ireland right in Millstreet town itself. And you can get the idea, of course, that we're at such a panoramic setting up here, because that's the whole of Millstreet town right behind us there, and Murphy's Terrace right up here, and Liscahan, all at that particular point. Now I'm here near my 1979 motorcycle, and my goodness, it's looking great altogether. But just to give you an idea of where else we are up here, some of the other items that are on show here. If you notice up here, as always, we have some of those special type of motorized little engines that are up here. Also, the type of seats that are on tractors. There's the display there. But just in the background here, we can see where all the K&L and Clover Hill lorries are parked. Credit due to K&L for making available this most amazing venue, because as Sean is pointing out there, what an amazing amount of wonderful spaces here, with some beautiful music there in the background, and all the bays that you see over there from 1 to 14, that's where all the different K&L lorries park, and of course become loaded at different points. Now inside there is where the indoor aspect of the Vintage Day is actually occurring itself. Now the sun is actually coming out at this particular point, so we're still not finished here, but next week Bernard has been focusing on the vintage cars themselves, and so Bernard will be including that in his program next week. Also, oh yes, as Sean was saying there, last week we indicated that we may be going to the men's shed this week, but our program is so full this week that that's for a future time, but we are not forgetting about it. And so at this particular point anyway, we'll just move along, and as we see that the tractors are beginning to move out already, and as you can see, they're moving along, and they'll go out and a particular exit point out here. It's so well coordinated. It's a one-way system. They go out that particular direction there, and people have been blessed, you know, because the sun is shining now. We've had only a tiny little drop of rain, and the venue, the atmosphere, everything has been so wonderful up here. And Sean has captured such a lot on camera here today. We didn't imagine we'd captured so much. Now, we still have a few more little scenes to capture before we leave our program 2:10, and we can hear beautiful music just beginning in the background. Well, our cameraman Sean has discovered a very special tractor here. It's a 1963 Ford Dexter tractor, and this has been beautifully restored over, I believe, a 3-year period. Now, the owner is actually over here, and I wonder, right, hello, I wonder, would the owner maybe have a quick word about this beautiful tractor here?
Yeah, he will of course, Johnny. No, Johnny,
John, it's an absolute, it's an amazing, beautiful, what has been done over that period of restoration is absolutely superb.
Yeah.
Tell what was involved in restoring it.
There was a lot of work involved. We had to strip it all down, sandblast it and paint it.
And that was from 1963, originally.
Oh yes, yeah, 1963.
And it's in perfect working order.
Perfect, yeah.
So one can actually drive along the road on that.
Yes.
Do you know, there seems to be a great interest in the restoration of tractors. You seem to have there's a great camaraderie between people who are interested in that.
I know that, yeah.
And here today, what would you think of what's happened here today, John?
There's a great display here today. Very good.
And they come from far and wide, the tractors.
That's right, yeah.
Would it be beyond County Cork?
Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
Like where now?
All over the Munster.
And the range of cars that have turned up.
That's right, yeah.
So would you regard this as one of the big occasions for vintage? Would this be regarded as a significant assembly for people?
Oh, it would be, yeah. So, yeah.
Where would the other major ones happen?
There'll be one in Fermoy now, in May. That would be a big event. Yeah.
Well, I must say, we've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think all your prayers were answered, because look, the sun is shining.
That's right, yeah.
That's great. John, thank you so much indeed. And I must say, our cameraman here, Sean Murphy, was very impressed.
Just ask, who is the real owner of this famous tractor?
Sean Murphy says, who is the real owner? Yourself, of course.
Yeah, be it, huh?
I heard the name Peter is claiming to be involved in this tractor as well, and just want to get it clarified.
Peter involved.
It's a joint venture.
No, that's beautifully done. And you had a very young driver here in Oran. Oran, you really enjoyed being on the tractor. I think Martin here really enjoyed.
Yeah, he enjoys the tractors, all right, yeah.
So in time to come, we'll certainly be driving one of those big tractors.
Oh yeah, we'll be waiting to get it as a present.
Well, thanks very much, John, and thanks Martin, thanks Oren, and thanks to our cameraman Sean, as we now go further and see what else is here at Millstreet's Vintage Day, Easter Sunday 2012. Well, my goodness, there it is. The tractors are beginning to leave here as the wonderful Vintage Sunday here in Mount Leader at the KLL complex. We can see that the end of the day is coming quite close. Now in the background we have some wonderful music, and the music is coming from Pat Buck, Tony Barrett and Eamon Cronin. And with me, of course, we have the two anchor people from LTV2 Millstreet. We have Bernard and we have William. Bernard, of course, it's your editing next week yourself.
That's right, isn't it? So we'll have a few nice little spots now in that programme as well, you know.
Including some footage from here.
A little bit of footage from here, not as much as what you have, but I have a bit of footage from here too, yeah.
And of course, right in the background here, we can see that there was an amazing amount of different stalls here that have been part of this very special day. William, did you enjoy the day?
Yeah, great, you know, and the rain held off, and a lot of cars, and all through there, a good share of tractors came out as well for the day.
Now next year we'll have to have a live broadcast by Cork Music Station from here, surely.
Yeah, we could go for that now next year. We weren't fully ready this year for it, so we will have it next year.
There we are. So it's all going to happen, all going to happen. Well, now we thank very much Sean Murphy on camera, who has done an absolutely splendid job here today in covering such an amazing amount of events and all the different activities here. It's been Vintage Sunday here, Easter Sunday 2012 at the K&L complex. Don't forget that special competition. Lots of different clues through the programme there. But at this particular point, I presume William and Patcho Creedon and Bernard will have to say farewell from this amazing venue.
Great venue.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Great.
So,
Before we go, we'll have one quick word with Peter Lane.
And before we go, as Sean, our cameraman, indicates over here, one quick word with Peter Lane. Peter, what an amazing amount of wonderful music here at this very special venue on this historic Sunday.
Great show out here, lovely out here, great atmosphere, and you know, something well supported too, sure. This is a great cause, you know, sure.
And earlier in the programme we had a wonderful comment about your great music from a young beautiful little girl called Michelle Lane.
Oh God, yes, she's my number one fan. So she's a very interested lady. And
well, rightly so. She praised you very highly.
I'm sure it's nice to hear that. So I one fan in you, sure.
Many more indeed. So I suppose at this particular point then, from Mount Leader here, Easter Sunday, we'll say farewell, and next week, programme 2011, it's going to be by the one and only Bernard. And after that then, it's going to be William. Is that right, William?
I think so, yeah.
So there it is then, from everyone here, Slán, Hispanic, Dale Galere.
Just one thing, lads, before you go, we'll take you out to Coachford, where Sean and Brendan attended the Harvest Festival there last August. So come on, we'll show you what happened there.
The annual vintage and fun day here in Coachford, and my goodness, it is hugely spectacular and most impressive. Brendan is on camera at the moment, and as you can see here, we're in the presence of real vintage here from the very outset itself. So we're now going to go to the different aspects of the actual occasion itself to find out what's been happening right through this weekend here in Coachford. Well, I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Donal, who's now going to give us an insight into this most impressive display. Donal, an amazing conception here.
It is a 4-inch scale Sentinel steam lorry. It was built in Belfast in 1985, and I bought it there in 2006.
Fascinating altogether. And as people can actually go inside here and drive right through.
It'll do about 16 miles an hour on the road.
And what would this normally have been used for?
Oh, it's only a model built of a rail one. It never had a purpose, like.
My goodness, yeah. And of course, right behind us here, we have a most amazing concept altogether.
It's a faster traction engine. Should have been used for threshing now and road haulage.
Beautiful. Absolutely. And I mean, even the sound alone, we heard it there as we approached, and the colour. And where would you actually visit with these most beautiful vehicles?
Sorry?
Where would you normally visit now?
Well, we do all the shows around the country there with them. So, all the vintage shows.
And of course, one of the major ones would be out in
Shannon, yeah.
Well, I must say thank you very much, Donal.
No problem.
Okay. And I think the dog is also enjoying it. Thanks very much, right, Donal? Thank you. And there was Donal there, giving us a great insight into a beautiful part of this scenery here over in Coachford itself. Now, let's continue further now, because there's so much more to see. But I think the next thing we might now visit will be the tractors, which are up on this side. Well, my goodness, we have come right inside here, and I'm delighted to be with Declan Lorden. Declan, can you describe where we now are?
These were an old living van. What they were used for was when the engine man with the steam engine long ago was walking on the roads or whatever, or out thrashing or stone crushing. They used to have pull the living van behind them with the engine, and the crusher maybe as well, or a thresher or whatever. And what they used to do, they used to live in the van for the week.
Yes.
They have their bunks here, they have, and
we have the bunks right over here.
That's where he used to sleep. And that's his little table, little drop leaf table. And he'd have his little press there for his little bits and pieces.
My goodness.
And we have a little gas cooker put in now, but there was a little stove in the corner there, which I do have, but we just took it out.
And you mean there'd be a chimney? Would there be a chimney?
A chimney up out of it as well, yeah. The hole is there for the chimney.
My goodness, there's the hole for the chimney. They're still there. My goodness, that's fascinating.
I had the original stove as well that came out of it, like, you know. And he'd do a bit of cooking and things on the stove, then that's what he would, you know.
My goodness. It's a bit like some people now go on these holidays in these state-of-the-art camper caravans. But this was the original camper caravan.
That's right, yes, that's right, yeah. Like they were built back, you know, as far as late 1800s, like. That's what they were.
Tremendous.
This one is probably, I think, around 1920s or something that way.
I know.
Marshall living van, like that's what
1920s. And of course we mustn't forget that carnivals and circuses would have had something similar, maybe.
A similar one. They had a showman's wagon, that's what they used to call those ones. They were more decorated ornamentation wise, with nice glass carved windows and all that in the showman's ones.
And Declan, I notice here that you've your own special, wonderful logo here, Lorden's Steam Crew, 1929 Marshall tractor engine. My goodness, well done indeed.
Yeah.
You have a great feeling for steam and for vintage.
Yeah, I have. Well, steam, my father had steam long ago. He worked with Ninja now, thrashing and things, and his father as well did before that, like.
And we hear the wonderful sound of steam in the background.
That's right, yeah. That's a 1936 Foster engine there that we have.
Fantastic.
And I have two others as well. I have a 1929 Marshall and a 1910 Clayton as well.
Fantastic. Well, Declan, you've given us a wonderful insight. My goodness, I think we could stay here, and if we're caught during a shower, but there's no shower here today, the perfect weather, this is where we could come.
That's right indeed.
Declan, thank you so much.
And thank you too.
Well, my goodness, what a wonderful... This is a man, he speaks from the heart in relation to steam and in relation to vintage. His heart is truly in it, and my goodness, it's great to have such enthusiasm. Now we're going to continue, and before we do, we're going to hear that perhaps, Declan, you'll pull that that sound there, and we'll hear that sound, the true sound of steam. Thanks very much indeed, Declan. Thank you. So out we'll go now. Brendan is still inside in the caravan here and looking well inside. So Jared is about to now blow the actual thing. Perfect. Well, Jared, that was a mighty blow. Thank you very much indeed. That's great.
Do you want to see the fire inside in it?
No.
I'll show you the fire.
We're going to have a look at the fire. Getting a shot of the actual... That's an amazing amount of fire in there.
Yeah, it is. Well,
here at the threshing, over and being put into the machine itself. Let's come around now, and as we move around here, we can see that, well, now we've come around and we are now seeing where the power is coming for the machine itself. You notice that this particular fan here is giving the power to the actual the threshing machine, and as you can see here, the sheaves are being taken right up by the gentleman over, and out comes the actual process right out here at the very end. And all these bags have been filled from the actual process itself. And right inside here we have all the sheaves. There it is, right inside there. My goodness, that's an amazing concept. And a great audience here looking at what is really hugely interesting. My goodness, and they're hard at work, and the sun is shining in the most wonderful manner. So there it is, another very interesting aspect of the excitement here in Coachford. Now let's go to the tractors. Now we're meeting some wonderful people here today. This is John Roach. John, you have a wonderful weather. You're all saying your prayers in a wonderful manner here.
I went to Mass this morning. We're very lucky to weather here with the last few years now.
Tremendous.
And only for the fine day you do nothing like.
And you know, isn't it a wonderful concept, the vintage, and it's attracting huge crowds.
It takes a lot of organisation, and we have a great committee here, like the big committee, and everyone put his shoulder to the wheel on the deal, like.
And is the funds made, is it for a particular purpose?
Yeah, for some cancer charity.
Excellent.
Last year we gave 3,000. That was good, like, yeah.
And I must say the sun is truly shining here today. We could almost get a tan here in Coachford today.
Alongside the Lee Valley in Coachford is noted, and Harbour, this is a parish that won the first ever senior All-Ireland hurling title for Cork.
Well, I must say, John, it's lovely meeting with you, and every good luck in the years ahead with these wonderful festival. And now we're going to look at some of the tracks over here. Right. And now, as we can see, the threshing is still going in great style. But now, Brendan is going to come over here to a range of a most amazing tractors here in Coachford, Coachford Festival here 2011. And my goodness, what a range of tractors, from vintage to quite modern tractors here, as you can see here in the festival itself. Hello gentlemen, how are you all? Enjoying the festival?
Oh yes, good day, yeah, very fine day and all. The big crowds here, the crack is good and all. The tractors are lovely and cars are lovely. Big crowd, yeah, enjoying yourself.
Enjoy it. Well, that's just the spirit of some of the people here today. And as we move along here from the tractors, we can hear some very special noise over here coming from a most amazing machine. And maybe this gentleman might describe what machine we've got here, please.
This is a sickle mower. 1960s, 70s. Not exactly sure of the year.
So what does it actually do now?
It's for cutting high grass or rough ground.
I'll show you that. Oh, yes, my goodness. And we're going to get an example. Oh, look at this. That's fascinating. All powered by
Briggs & Stratton engine. Going perfect.
So this now would be considered vintage, but yet very, very functional.
Absolutely. Yeah, you could still use it in modern days. Yeah. Just for high, rough ground or any ground that's inaccessible with a non-real lawnmower, you wouldn't really use for old estates.
How impressed are you with what you see here today?
Great day altogether. It is, yeah. A wonderful day and a beautiful show.
Oh yeah, and some beautiful weather, and the young people enjoying themselves in style.
That's right, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks very much, gentlemen, and long may you continue, and well done indeed. Thank you very much indeed. Now we'll move. Lovely and perfect. Well, my goodness, it's getting warmer and warmer, and our cameraman Brendan is really finding it really hot on this day. But over here we have a most amazing engine, and in fact the water is boiling. Hello, how are you? Great. This is a wonderful engine. Can you maybe tell us more about it, please?
It's a Stewart, I'd say 1.5 horsepower, petrol, 2-stroke engine. I don't know what it was used for, maybe in a boat. Someone said they were used in boats.
Right.
I wouldn't be sure.
And we're looking here and I can see water actually boiling here.
That's a cooling tank. Even not his body, know that he keeps the engine cool enough.
My goodness, fantastic. What do you think of the festival here?
A very good turnout, isn't it?
Mighty.
Yeah.
And you brought the good weather?
I did.
Thanks very much. And who have I been talking with?
My name is Jim O'Brien.
Jim.
I'm from Coppeen.
From Coppeen, oh, beautiful part of the country. Well done.
Is that right?
I know the Crowley family, Dennis Crowley and his family in Coppeen. Beautiful area. Absolutely. So now it's lovely meeting you, Jim. Take care. Right. So there it is. My goodness, absolutely beautiful. Now we'll continue up further and meet some more people. And as we move up here, you can see that these engines are moving ahead. But maybe this kind gentleman might explain what engines we have here, if you don't mind, please.
Well, you have a list of D there, 1.5 horsepower, running on gas.
My goodness.
Gas fat the other side of it.
A gas, right.
Gas drum.
Yes.
A old ZWD2.
Right.
1.5 horsepower again.
Yeah.
Petrol.
Now, what would all these have been used for?
They done the job that the electric motor was doing today.
Oh, right.
That's the easiest way to explain it.
So this is the vintage version of that?
That is right, yeah. Before electric motors came out.
Yeah. Right over here then, we have of course the butter barrel here. And
for separating the cream from making the cream out into the milk the cow. Separate the cream from the milk.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And then you have over a lantern. There's a special lantern there, I can see.
Before they had the ESB.
Oh, yes.
That's what they had for going out for the cows in the evening, I was right in the outhouse.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And a special machine up on top there.
That was for sharpening blades of a mowing machine or with a...
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Hugely. And of course the other machine down there is belong to the gentleman
that's
here.
That's right,
yeah. That's great. It's been a great day here, hasn't it?
Nice day, very nice day. Ideal weather-wise, and it was very good, very enjoyable, most enjoyable.
Gentlemen, thanks very much indeed.
Thank
and
you.
To whom have I been speaking?
I'm Hugh Kelly.
Hugh, lovely, and thank you for giving us such a wonderful insight. There we are, and there was a second machine here, Jim, I think This is the second one.
Oh, that's mine, yeah.
Oh yes, and this, would it be similar to the other one?
Well, that's a different engine again. That's an Amenco. It's about 1918, I think. It's an American engine. It's an open crank, which means it has no, spark plug or sump in it. Like. It has the oiler on top there.
Yeah, you were a real expert indeed, absolutely.
I'm not.
And where did you get such an interest in, say, steam engine?
I suppose I always had an interest in old stuff.
Yes.
And I never liked to destroy it or throw it away. So it grew from there, I suppose.
Well, you're a true gentleman from copying here, explaining all the world of steam. Thanks very much, Jim. That's lovely. And now we're going to go right up. Sorry, we forgot here, yes?
That's mine as well.
All right.
Not the lantern, this belongs to you. That's a fella for sharpening my machine knives.
All right.
See it? See the mountain knife there? I just a piece of it.
Fascinating. Weren't they very inventive?
They were indeed.
We are learning such a lot here in Coachford, and especially with Trujan.
It is
for community local television, and it will be seen in the autumn. Thanks very much indeed, Jim. Thank you very much. And there it is. Now we're going to go over to the main area because there's a lot happening over there that we're missing out on. That's great. There we are. Small world.
Am I switched on all the time?
Yeah, well, we're right. Now, right, sure. And our good friend is just saying goodbye there, and our other friend is coming in an absolutely wonderful friend. That's John Deere. There we go. And as we move along here, we can see more of the tractors beginning to leave here. Another tractor here, and a very, very special make indeed. But now we're going to have a quick look now at the actual vintage cars, and my goodness, what a range of vintage cars that are here already. If you look down there, isn't that the most amazing one? And it says Beaufort. That particular car there, the vintage, it really looks very special. As we move over here then, look at this isn't this? And here is the actual number, 53C21, 1953 I presume, born in Cork, and it's the 21st car. It is absolutely beautiful here, Irish vintage here. As we move further up here, we actually notice that the vintage aspect of the festival itself is very much dominates, because you can see that not only have we the tractors and the actual threshing, but lots and lots of beautiful cars here, and this is a wide-ranging selection here, one of the most impressive, and presumably this must be one of the the oldest ones of all, because if we go over here we can see the word singer is written up here, but I presume we'll have to find out what oh, there's a gentleman, look, just after passing there, and there he is, TI 792 just leaving, and very impressive as he leaves here the festival itself, and there he is looking very well, and right you are, take care, lovely. No, I suppose he's gone. We'll right, so I suppose will we go down a bit? Well, now we're actually continuing to walk right through this most amazing festival, and in fact a very fine bike here, but I think we'll continue to walk. You notice all the different eateries here. There's plenty of opportunity for refreshments over here, a mobile shop, donuts, tea and coffee. But now we're going to the other section down here now, because there's a lot more happening down in this particular section. Right, and we're delighted to notice local people here, my goodness, from Ballinagree and from Millstreet. Pat, isn't it fascinating?
Very good altogether, Sean.
And Martin, you're really enjoying the overall?
Great day, Sean. Great.
And I must say, there's a lot of vintage material here, isn't there?
Oh, very much so, very much. Yeah, very great show.
Very, very impressive altogether.
It is, yeah. A great day for it as well.
And being well supported there by Ballinagree.
Oh yes, sir. We're on the bar next. The 11th.
Right. Oh my goodness. Well done. Well, now the car is on its way, so we better move out there, and we're going to continue further down now and see what's happening further down. Excellent. Wait till I take the three of you there. Well, now we're blessed to be seeing the Queen of the Festival being photographed with all her VIPs here. Right. How are you? Great altar. How are you? And who are we now speaking to?
Emma Kelleher.
Emma.
Yeah.
Well, my goodness, congrats.
Thank
the
you
Queen
very
of the
much.
Festival.
Yeah.
And you are looking absolutely beautiful
Thank you
altogether.
very, very much.
Hollywood is the next stop.
Yeah, the next stop.
Tell us to become Queen of the Festival.
Yeah.
Tell us how it all happened, please.
Well, I had to sell tickets for charity.
Yes.
And that was part of it. We were given a book of tickets last week. So there were 17 queens in the festival, and we all sold tickets for charity, and the top 3 who sold tickets were entered into the final.
Nice.
But before that, the 17 of us had to do an interview, and we had to do a party piece last night. So then when they counted all the tickets and all the votes, we were entered then into the final, and then the judges selected the final winner.
Well, they made a wonderful selection. They were absolutely wonderful. The Rose of Tralee, we'll have to forget about it. Here we have the Rose of Coachford and Ireland. Yeah. Well, it was lovely meeting with you, Emma.
Thank you
and
very much.
What a wonderful day.
It's beautiful. I'm so happy that the weather lasted now, because I think it might put a small bit of a dampener on things for people walking around and children, but everyone's having a fantastic time.
Culture.
It is.
And what will your role be now for the following year, the next year?
I'll attend all the events on in Coachford, and I'll hand the tiara over to the next queen next year. So I'm delighted.
You will be a great ambassador.
Thank you
Absolutely.
very much. I hope so.
And it's lovely meeting with you.
Yeah, and it's nice to see all the small girls coming up to me as well for photographs. I'm delighted myself.
Wowee.
Yeah.
A personality supreme here, and what a wonderful choice of Queen here. Emma, it's lovely meeting with you.
Thank you very much. Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
And to all our viewers on LTV2 and LTV1, my goodness, we have been blessed to have been joined by the Queen of Excellence here today, and it's wonderful having been with you.
Thank you
very much.
Have a great day.
Thank you very much indeed. Great. Lovely.
Thanks very much.
That's wonderful. Well, now having met the beautiful Queen of the Festival, and my goodness, what a great choice, wasn't that right? We are now meeting with Jeanette.
Congratulations to her, yes, thank you.
Jeanette, you have a very special stall here. Please tell us more about it.
We're here representing the St. Vincent de Paul, and we have a stall where we're offering prizes for a tombola. Everybody just picks a coin and they're guaranteed to win a prize. So we have prizes from different value, all the way up to great value for 5 coins, and everybody for €2 can pick their coin and gain a prize guaranteed.
And you're having great response.
We've had great success today. The weather, we've been blessed, and great ambience everywhere, so we're delighted. We're delighted.
It's a lovely touch, and I mean the whole concept of Vincent de Paul has been beautifully promoted, and I suppose nowadays more than any time it's hugely necessary.
Exactly. We represent Coachford, Ahabullock and Rylan, and we're the local conference. All the funds go to local families in need, and we're here to gain some funds to help those families. Especially we need a reserve for the winter months coming up now. If it's anything like last winter, we'll need the extra bit of help. So people have been very generous. We're very grateful. All going well.
Well, God bless your wonderful work, and I know you have a great team with you.
We do. All our volunteers have been here yesterday and today working very well, so we're delighted.
And in the midst of it all, you're getting a 10 from this beautiful...
It's been brilliant. We're all winning all round.
Well, it's lovely to meet Jeanette there, who's such a wonderful ambassador there for Vincent de Paul, and I must say this is inspirational to see a stall of this nature here at the festival.
Thank you very much.